And that's all she wrote for 2020. We'll see it again in 2021. I look rough. Yesterday I actually took the day off and I just kind of relaxed. I had to take care of my son while my wife went to a doctor's appointment, and just relaxed. And this is what I look like after a day of relaxing. My hair's everywhere. So guess what? Finally got my motor back. Check this out. Bam. Got it back. There's the heart of the beast. I got these towels here. I don't want the chance to scratch out my billet valve covers. For any new subscribers, if you guys see any of my videos and you know the 1,000 horsepower Supra, that was this Supra. This is my Supra. This is the Supra that you guys may or may not have watched that I built for my wife. This is the 6-speed. This is my well over 1,000 turbo 400 fully built Supra. So I guess, you know, just for those who are new to the channel, I'll run you guys real quick through what this Supra is and what it's going to be. So you guys saw all those nice goodies in there. I gotta put the motor back in and install everything. So this Supra right here, it is a 1997 15th anniversary original turbo 6-speed car, and it's basically been fully modified. I mean, everything you could think of. It's got a DSS 9-inch rear end, ATF stage 4, 8 turbo 400, pro torque converter. This motor right here is got it all, everything that you could think of. It's got R1600 pistons, billet mains, GSC S2 camshafts, ported, polished, you know, nice valve job, everything. It's a fully built motor. There's nothing that I didn't do to this thing. Everything is done to it. I didn't want to basically skip out on something and then regret doing it later. So I do want to give a huge thanks to Clint over from Dinosaur Performance. He's actually the one who helped me diagnose the motor and basically, you know, just put it back to 110%. And the reason that we went and did everything, you know, we went into detail on the build on this one, is because I want to push this one, is because I want to push it to the next level. You know, I made almost 1,400 horsepower on a 6-speed and about 100 shot of nitrous and the old motor. Now, whenever you convert the horsepower from a 6-speed over to a turbo 400, you usually lose about 15%. I mean, lose, you know, that's just because the dyno doesn't register it. And it still made over 1,000 horsepower, but that's on the 76, 75 turbo. My plans are to put a 83, 85, or maybe an 86, 85 on it once I break in the motor. So I would like to make, if it was on a 6-speed, you know, just let me make this clear, you guys. If the car was on a 6-speed, the new goals for the car would be about maybe 1,500 horsepower. It would be about 1,500 horsepower. Now, considering that it is on the turbo 400, if I can make over 1,300, I'll be happy. Now, when you, like I said, 1300 horsepower on a turbo 400 is still well over 1500 horsepower on a 6-speed. So it's fast. Now, if we're not gonna clown on any YouTubers or anything, but like if we're talking about YouTube horsepower, what every other person on YouTube does, I would probably claim 1800 horsepower out of this. Sorry guys, I don't know, man. I see on a lot of people claiming so much horsepower on YouTube, so I thought it was funny. But yeah, anyways, so there is the beast right here. This is a solid motor. So what I gotta do now, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up. As you guys see here, I bought a lot of stuff to clean everything out. So I'm gonna clean the engine bay, kind of go over a few things, degrease all this stuff, make sure it's all nice and clean. Then I gotta come over here and get my billet flywheel and my adapter plate all cleaned up, so I could put this on the motor and drop it in. And here are some of the old parts. Actually, this box right here, it's just some stuff that I gotta put back onto the front of the motor. This here is some of the old valves. This is the box from the R1600 pistons. There's an old oil pump. And these are the old pistons. I mean, the car was, you know, it's been fully built, but something, we had one fail. So everything was redone, the whole thing. The old block, it cracked its sleeve. So this is a completely new block. And it's bored over, not too much, just a little bit. Now it's time to put this baby back together. I really miss driving this car, like a lot. For any of my new subscribers, is the interior super clean. Yep. So don't look at that. That's the fuel system for that Supra. Probably here within the next few videos after I drop the motor in on my Supra, I'll go over that. It took, you know, this is something that I haven't told anybody this, but whenever I told you guys that I had blown up the motor, that was actually about 3 or 4 months after I actually blew it up. The last time I drove this car was July 4th. July 4th is the last time I drove it. So it's been a while. It's definitely been a while since I've driven the car. Now, to make something extremely clear, you're not gonna drive, you know, 13, 14, 1500 horsepower on the street. It just can't happen. I mean, whenever I turned up this motor before, it was over 1000 horsepower. I was going like 80 miles an hour and I floored it. I was in second gear. I floored it on the highest setting, and the car, even with traction control, even with the Mickey Thompson Pros, the car lost traction so bad I ended up on the other lane. So, you know, the reason I want to get so much horsepower out of it is just a goal, you know, just bragging rights, I guess you could say. At the end of the day, it's not, you know, that's not really usable unless you're at the track. If you're at the track, then hell yeah. And as you guys can tell, these are the new wheels for my Supra. These are 17 by 5s. You know, they're a lot thinner. The other one's over there on the floor. So I have extended ARP studs, so I need to get those installed. I'll show you guys how to do that on a later video. But the reason I did that is because I've come to the realization that my car is really not going to be basically like a regular street car. Like this Supra, it's a 6-speed. You know, I could drift it if I wanted to. I can, you know, just have all sorts of fun. My car is going to be fast in a straight line. That's it. It's not going to be taking turns. I'm not going to be drifting it. It's just going to be a rocket ship in a straight line. That's it. So the reason I went with these wheels, the reason I'm trying to get, you know, 13, 14, 15, whatever horsepower it makes, that's the reason I'm trying to do that. Because one day I would really like to take this to the track. And, you know, I would like to do the whole Texas 2K events one day. I'm not sure when, but that's a goal. Until then, I'll keep on enjoying it on the street, making videos, sharing it with you guys. For those who are new to like building Supras, or you're getting into it, or not necessarily Supras, but building a 2JZ, it gets super expensive. You know, just this right here, this motor behind me is probably over $25,000 at this point. So yeah, but yeah, hey, that's a hobby that we get into, man. You gotta pay to play. All right, guys, now to let you guys go, I do want to say please stay tuned for the next video. It's kind of exciting what we're gonna be announcing on the next video. It's a very special to me, very special to my wife, very special to all of us. So really appreciate it. Just make sure and watch the next video all the way. And for those that watch this video all the way to the end, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. But until then, it's time for me to get busy. Later.